So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today I want to share my Vault Prime builds. Now the reason I say that is because this build was designed by me, for me, so it takes into account the Zenuric focus school. It is a very power hungry sort of a Battlemage build. And I don't think you can get the full enjoyment out of this build if you're not running the Zenuric focus school, which regenerates a ton of energy, or you don't have EV Trinity with you, or you're not willing to pop a ton of energy restores. So it's a 3 Forma build, and what I did with that Forma is added 2 Ds and I changed the V polarity in the aura into a dash. And yes, I am running Energy Siphon on top of the Zenuric focus school because, as I've said already, this build is extremely power hungry. And every now and then, even though I'm running Energy Siphon on top of the Zenuric focus school, I still run out of energy. Now, to take advantage of Vault's ginormous energy pool, I am using Primed Flow, which, even though it's 2 ranks from the top, pushes my energy up to 750. And this is brilliant because it allows you to store a lot of energy while you're just standing behind a shield or you're running around with speed, picking up tons of energy orbs. I also wanted to take advantage of the crowd control from both shock and discharge, so I added overextended and stretch, and this increases the range of discharge by a lot, and it turns into this massive crowd control ability that also does a very good amount of damage, which is something I didn't really expect with this build. However, with overextended comes a pretty serious penalty to power strength, so to balance that out, I'm using Transient Fortitude, that's 2 ranks from the top, and Power Drift, which gives me 60% power strength, which balances out overextended. And this was very important for me because I didn't want to cripple speed. Now, since this is a Battlemage build, I had to add some survivability, and I added redirection and capacitance. And with this nice little combo, my shields jump to sort of 2300 after 1 discharge, which is brilliant. However, as you probably know, running high shields and low health has its disadvantage, and that is slash and toxin procs. If you get unlucky and you get hit by too many slash or toxin procs in a row, you're gonna die and your shields aren't gonna do a damn thing. And finally, I'm running Narrow-Minded and Primed Continuity to get my duration up so my shield and my speed last longer. Now, as I've said already, I didn't expect this build to do a lot of damage. It was designed for crowd control, utility, and defense. But when I finished the build and I took it to Draco just to see what it does against large amounts of enemies, I ended up doing over 50% of total damage every time. And I'm 100% sure that it's just discharge. I didn't cripple the power strength, I gave it a lot of range and a lot of duration so the Tesla coils overlap and they end up doing a lot of damage. And that made me really happy because, you know, I can do a lot of damage and at the same time my electrical shield lasts about 50 seconds, my speed lasts about 22 seconds, I get a lot of crowd control from both shock and discharge on top of that grants shields and overshields to me and my party. The only downside, if you can call it that, of this build is the power strength. It's at 100%, so you're not going to do as much damage as builds that have a lot of power strength, and speed also isn't going to give you as much speed. But it wins with crowd control and utility, and it still does decent damage. So for me at least, this is the perfect build for Vault, but as I've said already, it is very power hungry, and if you don't have the Zenuric focus school, you won't be able to run around with speed all the time, popping down shields left, right and center, using discharge and stunning dudes with shock while you're reloading. But if you are a part of the Zenuric Master Race, oh my goodness, this build is really fun. So if you are a part of the Zenuric Master Race, I would definitely recommend you try this build out. And if you're not a part of the Zenuric Master Race, you can take out something like Capacitance, so you're not gonna get shields and overshields from discharge, and put in something like Streamline to squeeze in a little bit of efficiency so you can use abilities more often. And that's pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching as always, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.